This is the latest advisory as of 11 o'clock on Saturday morning on Hurricane Irma, which is still a major hurricane and overnight made a landfall. It has been very slowly working its way right along the northern Cuba coastline. And with that, the interaction with land and how Irma has been cut off a little bit from the warm ocean waters has led to ever so slightly a downtick in the wind speeds, and also the structure of Irma is not looking quite as healthy. But I want to tell you, just because technically, oh yeah, downgraded to a Category 3, no, this is still a very serious storm. Once it makes its way off of Cuba, it's going to encounter very warm ocean waters, and those maximum sustained winds will increase. But already we're seeing tropical storm force wind gusts that throughout the morning have been making their way into parts of southern Florida, the Everglades, the Miami area, and the Keys as well. There have been some wind gusts that have been in excess of 50 miles an hour this morning. Here's the 11 a.m. track from the National Hurricane Center. There it is right there, still located about 175 miles southeast of Key West, Florida. Where does it go from here? Riding that coast just a little bit longer. Then by 8 o'clock this evening, it's over very warm ocean waters, and it will re-intensify into a Category 4 hurricane. Again, this is a huge storm, so those tropical storm force winds are going out several hundred miles. And it's just the very small core of the storm where we're talking about those Category 4 winds. But even then, where they hit, it's going to be devastating. Here's a look at the track into tonight, making a landfall possibly somewhere along the Florida Keys going into very early tomorrow morning, and then riding right up the western coast of the Florida Peninsula. Now, with the dirty side of the storm, which is what we call that right quadrant of the storm, coming right up the Florida coast, the West Florida coast, we're looking at storm surge being a significant impact from Irma, and we are also looking at really intense wave heights on top of the really strong winds, which only get worse as you go up into a skyscraper. So Tampa, there have been mandatory evacuations in a lot of areas, Pinellas County, because of people that are going to be located on the coast where the storm surge will be significant. We're talking about storm surge values right along the coast here from Fort Myers down to Naples, including the Bonita Springs area, where the storm surge could be 6, 9, 12 feet, and a few spots in the Everglades where it could be pushing 15 feet of storm surge. And then in the Tampa Bay area, a lot of storm surge totals could be getting close to 10 feet as well. So the bottom line with Irma is it's still a major hurricane. It's curving to the north as we go towards tonight. Tropical storm conditions already overtaking parts of southern Florida today. Things will get worse as we go into overnight, and that first possible landfall on the U.S. mainland, the Florida Keys, that will happen as we go into very early tomorrow morning. Eventually, it's working its way up Florida. It will weaken as it makes its way closer to the Georgia area, but those wind fields go several hundred miles out, so likely looking at power outages inland on top of the heavy rain and a serious threat of storm surge right along the coast.